The road from Gaborone to Khama Rhino Sanctuary is only about 350 kilometers. This usually takes you about 4 to 5 hours to travel this route. Fortunately, on this day the road wasn't too busy, and before we knew it we were driving into Khama Rhino Sanctuary's entrance. With all of our travels over the years and stopping over at Khama Rhino, this really feels like our home away from home. And with warm smiles and open arms, we were booked in and on our way to our campsite. And here we are at Khama Rhino Sanctuary. It is a wonderful feeling to be back here. The bush is nice and green since the last time that we visited Khama in July, and it's obviously much hotter. I mean, the last time when we were here it was -6. I think it's now 37, 38 degrees Celsius, so it's nice and hot, but at least we've got a nice, breeze blowing. We're staying at campsite 11. It is a huge open campsite with your braai area all the way that side. This side there's another bunch of trees, ample shade. Campsite 11 is beautiful. We're just spending one night here by Khama Rhino Sanctuary, and then tomorrow morning we'll be going further on to the CKGR. I can't wait for that the visit at the CKGR. The bush is already nice and green, if you can see. Comparing to the last time that we went, or that we came to Khama, it is much greener. And yeah, we're just gonna go drive to the Malema Pan, see what we can find. Hopefully we'll make it to the end of the ban, and then probably by the end of the day we will be heading off to the bird hide, and we'll go and scout and see what is there to see there. But yeah, let me finish talking and let's go and see what we can find by the Malema Pan. Enjoy the day with us at Khama Rhino Sanctuary. Nestled in the heart of Botswana, just outside the town of Sarawi, lies this special place, born from a shared dream. It all began in 1992 when local communities, with the support of conservationists and former President Ian Khama, joined forces to protect one of Africa's most endangered animals, the rhinoceros. The goal was simple but powerful: create a safe haven where rhinos could thrive once more. Back then, the sanctuary welcomed just 4 white rhinos, and today it's a thriving conservation success, home to over 30 white rhinos and a growing population of black rhinos, reintroduced in 2002 after almost being completely wiped out by poachers. Driving through the reserve's acacia-dotted landscapes, you might spot these majestic creatures grazing peacefully, a living testament to what community-driven conservation can achieve. But rhinos aren't the only stars here. Spread across more than 8,500 hectares, the sanctuary is teeming with wildlife, from elegant giraffes and striped zebras to nimble impalas and stealthy leopards. Over 30 species of mammals roam free. It's a wildlife lover's paradise, where each turn of the trail holds a promise to a new encounter.
It's not just the land animals that dazzle. If you pause at the Malema Pan with binoculars in hand, you will find yourself in a bird watcher's dream. With more than 230 bird species making their home here, colorful rollers, shy owls and soaring raptors fill the air with their calls and flashes of feathered brilliance. With only about 1 hour's daylight left, we made a quick stop at the bird hide in the hopes of finding some rhinos coming for a drink before they would also retire for the night's rest. Reaching our campsite and pitching our tents, we quickly realized that one of the ladders on our tent had actually broken completely off by its brackets. Fortunately for us, we usually pack a few battery operated power tools and we made quick work of the repairs. I have to apologize for our neighbors for making so much noise, but we really tried to work as quick as we can. But soon we were all quiet, relaxed and sitting around the campfire, listening to the crackle of the fire under open starry skies. What a beautiful ending to a beautiful day.
I'm a traveling spirit, I've seen many shores, from the West Pacific to the island of Kenya. They treat me like a son anywhere I go, and even though no one can tell, I still feel that I'm alone. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm alone. Leave me stranded, I know how to handle it all on my own. On my own. I have learned that no one else can carry this load. It's a train where I'm the only passenger on board. Oh, there is beauty to enjoy on this road, but even so, I still feel that I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone.
Morning. We just woke up about an hour ago, had a nice rest. Khama is also always nice and cold. Melara. Chile. Nice wood. King, get Mopani. Mopani wood. We just want to quickly load up with our wood because we're going to be about 4 or 5 days in the CKGR and we don't want to not have fire at night. It's about a 400-kilometer drive and then we'll be at the CKGR. Can't wait for that. So we're first going to Letlekane, fill up some diesel there From there we're gonna head off to Rakops. We're gonna head onto the gravel roads all the way to the Deception Pan. It's gonna be a lekker drive. I love that road. It's a nice open road. It's just a lot of cattle, but yeah, let me quickly help with the wood before we off on the road again. CKGR, here we come. This is Mr. Pakha.
Hello.
If you guys want wood, make sure you speak to him. He's always here. I love seeing him here. I see him every single time here when I get here.
Yeah.
So when you guys need wood, or when you guys want to travel further and buy some wood, make sure that you guys speak to Mr. Pakha.
Mopane firewood.
Mopane.
Always available. 33 pula.
33 pula.
Yes.
Ke yone thata ke.
Ke tsone tse di thata.
That's the best.
Yes.
Mopane is the best wood you can use for making fire.
Yes.
And have a nice braai.
Yes.
Those Mopane woods. Again, if you guys want to have some wood, Mr. Pakha.
Yes.
Akere.
Erra.
Ore dafatai.
Tafatai. Thank you.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3. Tell me down, I'll be goes in every place I find. I break the molds with rebels' mind. I'm a hurricane of free born mind. You can change me, you can tell me down. I'll be goes in every place I find. I break the molds with rebels' mind. I'm a hurricane of free.
The road leading from Rakops to the Motswere gate going into the CKGR is really not one of the best roads in Botswana. I do recommend you travel very slowly and be vigilant and careful. There's a lot of animals on the road, and I'm sure this road in rainy seasons would be even a tougher road. Entering at the Motswere gate, the roads leading into the park are much better, but I do recommend that you engage your four-wheel drive system, as you would find yourself every now and then driving through thick, loose sand.
Alright, so we just got to the CKGR. It's lekker hot, it's about 41 degrees, and it's now I think 6:45. But obviously driving here, it is a horrible dusty road, and my bakkie is not one with a canopy. But nonetheless, if you have a bakkie with a canopy or a trailer, you're always sitting with dust when you're visiting Botswana. So in my opinion, one of your best tools that you have to pack is your little blower tool. And it's a 12 volt with a cordless drill battery, and when you at your campsite, you can blow out your fridges before you open up for something cold. Obviously just warn your neighbors before you start your blower, but it's a tool that I'll always take with me when I come to the parks in Botswana. So remember yours and you won't have your dust problems. We just had these guinea fowl storming our campsite here in the CKGR, because just about there behind that bush, behind that green bush, we saw a jackal coming from underneath the tree where they were perched. So yeah, they're not very happy with that jackal that just passed their resting area or their home for the night. But we're sitting here in the CKGR. It's only us, but yeah, these guinea fowl, obviously they're gonna join us tonight. It seems maybe they're gonna be perching themselves up on our tent just now while we were pitching up our tents. So tonight we're sleeping with the guinea fowl. What a way to begin our trip. What a way. So that is what it was. It wasn't a jackal. It was a wildcat. Wow. It's gone now.
Deep in the most central parts of Botswana lies the CKGR. It is a place so vast it swallows horizons. Imagine a land so immense it could fit entire countries within its borders, stretching over 52,000 kilometers. It is twice the size of the Kruger National Park and is one of the largest game reserves in the world, a true wilderness where nature reigns. As you enter the CKGR, the silence is powerful, broken only by the call of distant birds or the rustle of dry grass. This is the ancestral home for the Sun people, also known as the Bushmen. For thousands of years, they've lived in harmony with land, tracking animals with remarkable skills and reading the desert like a book. Their knowledge of the plants, animals, and survival in this arid landscape is unmatched, a living legacy of one of the oldest cultures on earth. You might expect a desert to be barren, but not here. In the rainy season, the landscape transforms. Golden grasses spring up, pans filled with water, and life returns in dramatic abundance. Herds of springbok, gemsbok, and wildebeest move across these plains, and predators like cheetahs and leopards follow in their wake. The Central Kalahari is a desert that defines expectations. This is a place that teems with life. Then there are the lions. They are not just any lions, but the legendary black-maned lions of the Kalahari. Towering and regal, their dark shaggy manes ripple in the wind as they patrol the territory. Seeing one of them in the wild is a moment that sticks with you forever. It is a symbol of power and survival in this raw landscape. And when the sun sets, the show is far from over. With no cities or towns for kilometers, the Central Kalahari Game Reserve offers some of the clearest night skies in Africa. The Milky Way stretches overhead in breathtaking details, and you can lie on your back on the warm sand and gaze into the cosmos, feeling like you are the only soul on earth. In the CKGR, time slows, the world feels wider, and nature speaks in a voice that is both ancient and unforgettable. Exploring the CKGR, I found it fascinating to see how many of these matope trees grew beside or even directly through these termite mounds. A recent study conducted over 12 years revealed a correlation between these partner trees and the sizes of termite mounds. Researchers found that mounds with trees growing on or next to them were significantly larger than standalone mounds. The study also concluded that more than 50% of the trees growing on the northern side of these mounds provided substantial shade, creating a cooler temperature within the mound. This in turn led to a more active termite colony. These trees offered fruits and shade, while the termite mounds acted as reservoirs, preserving enough moisture for the trees to withstand the harsh desert conditions.
Yeah, that is our second day done and dusted in the CKGR. We're on our way back to the campsites now. We traveled all the way to Passage Campsite 1 and it was quite a long day, you know, leaving this morning at the campsite 6 o'clock and it's now 20 minutes to 6 in the evening, so it is a full day of driving. But that is, you know, what you can expect when you visit the CKGR. The distances between the destinations or the campsites are quite long. It's between 20 and 35 kilometers. Some areas are 40 kilometers, with the exception of Piper Pan from Deception Valley, which is 119 kilometers. But that I would recommend when you're traveling from Deception to Piper Pan all the way down southwest is take 2 days. Camp halfway and then you drive further, otherwise you're going to be done that day. You're going to be so tired waking up early by the section, traveling all the way to Piper Pan. It's going to be a grueling day if you want to do it like that. I'm sure you can, but yeah, you're going to be super tired at the end of the day. But other than that, it was an awesome trip coming to the CKGR. The campsites are massive and the campsites are beautiful, nice shade trees. The only predators we did see was a honey badger this morning, which was quite a beautiful sighting. And I love honey badgers, so seeing a honey badger this morning in the CKGR, digging in the, you know, sand for its little bugs and, you know, its breakfast, that was quite a beautiful sighting. But oryxes, there are plenty. Corybusters, they are in the hundreds. I think we saw 2 jackals. But I think that is because it was such a dry winter season. You know, obviously when there's less water, there's less antelopes. So the predators don't really have such a variety to choose from at their hunting grounds or by the waterholes. So they move to areas where, you know, there's more populated animals. They'll obviously come back when it's greener and more lush, and then, you know, that brings the animals back, the antelope. So yeah, that's the reason why we didn't really see much predators. And I think the last time that I saw wild dogs was in October, and we now here in December. So obviously that is, you know, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. So obviously the predators moved out of the park, but I'm sure they'll come back as the rainy season returns. So tomorrow morning we will pack up and head off to Gumaka to spend there, you know, another 2 days camping. I love Gumaka. I can't wait to get back to Gumaka. The last time I saw it was in January, and yeah, it's a special place. I'm very excited to be going back there. But like I said, our next stop is our campsite after a long 12-hour day drive. I can't wait to get back to the campsite and just relax. So without any further ado or keeping you guys, you know, bored with my talking, I'll see you guys in the campsite. And that is that. CKGR, we're gonna say goodbye to you. We're just done packing up. We're probably just gonna load the firewood. That's the last thing that needs to be loaded. Then we are off to Gumaka. It's gonna be about a 4-hour drive. It's already super hot. I think it's 36 degrees Celsius. But I can't wait to get to Gumaka. I've got nice showers, toilets, all of that. We stayed at Deception Pan campsite number 6, which is a very spacious campsite. You can fit probably 8 people here, or 8 vehicles. But yeah, it's an amazing campsite, amazing park. CKGR, you did well. Thank you for what you've given us. Gumaka, next stop. Here we come. And we in Gumaka. Now obviously, like whoever has visited here before will know, we have this first 5 kilometers that is a nightmare. Again, and I've said it before in my videos, engage your 4-wheel drive, have your tires deflated, and the roads will stay decent for longer. Because this first 2 to 3 kilometers until you get to the SKL, you know, booking center, the booking office, is super shaky due to the fact that some guys don't engage the 4x4, and then going through the thick sand you create these undulations or ruts, and that can cause the road to be a very, very bumpy experience, especially when you're pulling a trailer. So please guys, when you get into the parks, deflate your tires to about 1.4 just to be safe anyway when you get into thick sand, and engage your 4x4. It's not pleasant to get stuck and then sit the whole day waiting for somebody to, you know, pass you by any chance, and you know, for them having a rope to pull you out. So save yourself the hassles, engage 4x4 and deflate your tires to 1.4 bar, and your experience will be much more pleasant. But it's good to be in Gumaka. I'll show you guys the park. It is really a beautiful place to be. Near the quiet village of Gumaka, the park unfolds like a mirage, with the Boteti river winding through like a silver ribbon, bringing life to the edge of the desert. This area is part of the Kalahari salt pans, which was once a prehistoric lake and is now one of the largest salt flats in the world. So flat and bright that it can play tricks with your eyes. You can stand right in the middle of it, spin in a circle, and see nothing but shining and simmering earth in every direction. It feels like standing on another planet. But Gumaka holds a secret. Just when you think the place is dry and lifeless, the Boteti river flows in, bringing herds of thirsty elephants, zebras and wildebeest to its banks. This stretch of water is the lifeline in the dry seasons, a meeting place for predators and prey alike. Lions and hyenas lurk in the brush, while hippos grunt in deeper pools, cooling off under the sun. And if you're lucky enough to visit during the migration season, you'll witness one of Africa's lesser known wonders, thousands of zebras and wildebeest crossing the salt flats to reach the Boteti river, a dramatic and dusty spectacle few travelers ever forget. Here in Gumaka, land is a paradox, salt and river, silence and stampede. It is a place that reminds you that even the harshest of places, life finds a way to bloom, and beauty awaits patiently for those who seek it. In Gumaka with a heat wave in Botswana. I just want to show you guys something quickly. The shade that we were standing under just now. I was standing with the bucky under that shade for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You can say maybe an hour. And it is 46 degrees Celsius. It is super hot today in Gumaka, but we just got back into the aircon. We're gonna do another game drive. Let's get away from this scorching heat, and hopefully with this heat wave we might get some interesting animals around the watering holes. Let's go and see what the watering holes will bring us. It's super hot. My oh my, I can't even think straight. But let's go see what the water holes have to show us. See you guys and enjoy us.
What?
Okay, I can't even praat nie. See you guys and join us on this little excursion.
With the day growing to the end and the sun chasing the horizon, stretching shadows across the ground, while animals returned to the safety of the thick bush on the river's edge, wet and darkened by the muddy water, it was time for us to head back to our resting place around the crackle of a campfire, reminiscing a beautiful ending in a magical place that is so close to my heart. This being the last night in Gumaka, we left the best meal for last: fresh roosterbrood and perfectly cooked steaks. What more could we ask for?
We got here this afternoon after we cleaned where the monkeys made a mess, and we're done preparing all the dough. We put it in the engine bay and we left it about half an hour to 45 minutes to rise, and now we are just putting some flour on it to leave it to rise again for another half an hour, and then we'll be putting them on the grid. I'm using the white light quickly to just show you guys the actual color of these roaster cooker, but look how they are rising. Beautiful, and they're getting nice and crispy on the outside, so they're gonna be super fluffy. Can't wait for these roaster cooker. I'm gonna try garlic on mine, but I know you eat it with jam, so it's gonna be really awesome having fresh homemade roaster cooker in Gumaka. So yeah, we're quite hungry after a very hot and long day. When I got into the bakkie earlier, it was like 37 degrees Celsius, so it was super hot. Yeah, that's Khukmaga, but we have a heat wave in Botswana, but it's luckily cooler now. It's always cooling down at night, so I think we're gonna have a good night's rest. We're gonna have a good meal and then a good night's rest. Die roosterkoek in Khukmaga. Yes, hy's warm. 'n bietjie bottertjies, margarine. Sjoe. Gaan lekker wees hierdie. Julle. Tuisgemaakte konfyt. Ja. Tuisgemaak. Sy, boere musiekie, kom ons. Kry nie meer boere Afrikaans as dit nie. 'n Ou klipwerf ringtown met 'n vars roosterkoekie. In Gumaka, daar vat hy roosterkoek. Jemmels. And this is where we say goodbye to Gumaka. Guys, I have to say, of all the camps in Botswana, I think the Gumaka SKL camps are truly the best. There's the ablution blocks at the back. There's the SKL bakkie. And there's another ablution at the back there somewhere. But they truly have the best and the neatest camp sites and ablutions by far wherever I've gone in Botswana, and really it is amazing. And these campsites, let me just show you guys our campsite. This is where we camped, campsite number 1. These beautiful camel thorn trees. It is really, I just love this place. It is so beautiful. Even here the little dove now calling. There's some bush parrots calling. Like I said, this is really my best campsite. Hopefully today is not as hot as yesterday.
If you made it to the end of the video, please share, like and subscribe it with your friends. Botswana is truly a beautiful place, and I believe more people should see it. And I would also like to thank my sponsors for making these videos possible. Without them, my vehicle would not have been this capable for getting me to these beautiful places and safely back home. Again, thank you, and thank you for watching my videos. Till the next one. Cheers.